I'm good. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. As promised last week, we have a special episode today. So, welcome everyone to the stream. I'm extra excited because I get to have a very special guest with me. It doesn't happen very often. He's not just a amazing streamer or creator and gamer, but he also happens to be my husband. I know, shocking. He's known for his love of building a community, sharing stories, bringing people together with his bad jokes, and games, around games and good conversation. Are you laughing at your bad jokes?
Yes,
Yeah, all right.
you're not wrong.
Yeah. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and help me give a warm welcome to RogCom over here. Hello, RogCom.
Thank you very much.
How's it going today?
Good. It's a little bit tired. Did a little bit of a walk, forest, so that burnt off any G I might have had, but we're good.
You need to talk more into your microphone, sir. You're cutting in and out.
Well, my arm is not the best. It keeps dropping down.
Blame everything but himself.
Turn the arm so tight. I put my arm so tight so that it wouldn't drop, and now I can't.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm good at a break.
All right. Well, just leave it
I'll
then.
just hold it up.
Perfect. Perfect. Just hold it up just like that. So,
There we go.
for anyone who doesn't know who RogCom is, who is RogCom?
Well, definitely I'm a gamer. Although not as much as I used to be, I still am a streamer. Um, I definitely am big into building community, and I just like having fun, making fun, being very welcoming to people. Uh, I just, I'm, what I'm trying to be is just that place to go hang out and have fun. And so that's what I strive for, and that's kind of who I am in a nutshell.
That's who you are in a nutshell?
Yes.
All right. How did you first get into gaming? Do you remember like what your first big gaming memory is?
My first big gaming memory, um, long time ago, when I had a PC that could barely play a game. I had a game called Total Annihilation, and it was sort of like generals, or you have your little army factions, and you're trying to take over an area. And I played that religiously. I mean, you could not get me off that silly thing. And it wasn't a very high quality game. I remember trying it again not that long ago, thinking like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna relive the good old days," and it was utter garbage. But back then, greatest thing in the world, and that's where I spent a lot of my younger years playing.
Your younger years.
Now, if we look at um, more modern games, and still dating myself back here, um, in the MMO genre, um, would be playing EverQuest. Literally, like months after it first came out, and that was just like total crack. Um, Once you started, you just couldn't stop, and I guess that's probably why they nicknamed it Evercrack. Um, that was like the coolest thing I ever encountered, where I'm actually playing with a whole bunch of other people. And I was working at a future shop at the time, and three-quarters of the computer staff were playing the game, so we just all would play together. It was a great time. Absolutely.
That is a game I have never played. Just play World of
It,
Warcraft.
it
10
is
times
utter
better.
garbage now as well. It did not keep up with the times. They tried coming out with like EverQuest 2, which would totally flop because it couldn't compete with WoW. Um, so yeah, it's like horrible graphics. Um, Gameplay similar to that of WoW. It's just not there anymore. That's another one I went back to trying, and no, It's a flop.
It's a flop. It just didn't have that same touch, and the technology's changed so much. You've been spoiled with
Crack was
newer
gone.
games. So, my next question: when did you realize you wanted to take gaming to streaming and maybe content creation?
I blame you.
Me.
Yes.
Hmm.
Um, I remember quite vividly you sitting there watching people streaming and thinking, "Oh my god, that's so cool! I could do that. We could do that." You went from I to we very quickly because you were, I'm gonna say, probably too chicken to try it on your own. So you needed to suck me into that. And me and my rubber arm, not hard to convince. Um, let's give it a go, see what happens. And I can't even remember if we start on Facebook or
Yes.
yeah, we started on Facebook, and that was like, it was just amazing. I was like, look, this is so awesome. Here we go. Um, and once that first stream hit, I was like, okay, totally doing it again. And and then we snowballed from there in regards to how we evolved with our equipment, our platforms that we streamed on. Everything we did just changed so much in the past. My God, has been like 5, 6 years? I don't even
Yeah.
know anymore.
5 or 6. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, and yeah, so it's been crazy. Uh, Now, granted, now I used to stream a lot more. I down to streaming once a week. Um, we have dogs that I try to keep somewhat entertained and whatnot, so I'm not always streaming. And we used to stream together, you and I. We were like the Bobsy twins streaming together. But I think we've greatly changed the directions of what we do and what we play. Uh, so it's no longer that, and the platforms are so much different now. Things are getting better, I guess, with on the Twitch side of things, in regards to being able to stream together better now. Um, but yeah, it's been a while, and I'm not opposed to giving that a go once in a while. Anyway, here we are.
It's definitely something we can look into. I'm up for that. I always enjoy playing video games with you. What kind of
Thanks, baby.
games do you enjoy most right now?
Um, so kind of like strategy, anything where you got to kind of have to think and it's not completely mindless. Community type games. Um, I'm very much addicted to Hearthstone and World of Warcraft. I've walked away from World of Warcraft so many times just to come back. Uh, it's social, it's challenging, and it's just fun to share. I find that when I do play WoW, streaming it's not always the best idea because I get too involved in it and I tend to forget that I'm in front of an audience. Um, but Hearthstone is a little bit better for me to stream because I can kind of talk about what's happening, my moves, what I'm doing. So it's a lot more interactive for me. So that's kind of where I've been focusing what my streams and I want to do.
Cool, cool. Do you play differently on stream than off stream when you're playing video games?
Um, on stream, I try to focus more on chatting, um, more engagement, more entertainment. Uh, Off stream is more um, messing around with stuff that may take longer to figure out, where I don't really have time to explain anything because I'm just kind of learning myself. Uh, it's kind of how I do that. I have been known to game jump, I guess, or a nice way of just saying I'm a variety streamer. um, but yeah, so off stream though, I do like to poke around, see what's new. I'll look a lot at the free games on Steam, play around with that stuff just to see what's what. Sometimes I spend more time just looking for a new game to play than actually playing a game when I'm not.
That's fair. So, I was gonna say, speaking of that, so do you feel like when you're playing a game offline, you're trying to learn new strategies so that you can then bring it back to your stream and look as if you actually know what you're talking about?
I mean, I try. I'm not big on homework. Um,
Work.
I'd like to say yes, but I'm not very. I'll be honest. My consistency needs.
Needs improvement.
Yes.
All right. What has been your favorite like gaming moment in the last year?
I'm gonna say it's just recent. My favorite gaming moment was actually hitting a level 80 on my character in World of Warcraft retail. I don't think I've ever had a max character.
Like ever?
I feel like no, because the same way as I like to game hop, I like to character hop. I'm like a altaholic. Um, so if I've ever had a max character, it didn't last long because there's probably an expansion that messed it up. So this is the first time, and I'm getting ready for the next expansion. So here we are. I don't know, probably won't be max level for long, but that's about it. Because I've really been like very chill. You know, if I'd related to something like Hearthstone, where I'd want a great achievement would be, I play Battleground. Would be to get to like rank 6,000 or something, where it'd be like, you know, now I could barely make it to 4,500. Um, but 6,000 is kind of like where all the elite people hang out. That would be amazing. I'd love to get to that point, but
I've never gotten close to that.
far off.
RogCom and I play Hearthstone. One game in the morning and usually one game at night. And then if we're at camp, then we might have play a few more, but he's not very good. He makes us lose a lot. I grow my cards. He doesn't. Just bugging you. But I'm much better. Anyway, if you could live inside of one game world for 1 week, which would it be and why?
Um, that's a good question. Probably, I'll say World of Warcraft. Kind of hanging out in like an inn or a tavern would be kind of cool. Uh, I'm not a big drinker, but you know, in a game, why not? I think that would be like super, super cool.
Just to live in that game world? So,
Yeah.
Horde or Alliance?
Alliance.
Which main city would you hang out in the most?
Um, mm, it has to be Stormwind. Always Storm. It's not even. I shouldn't even like debate it.
I was like, why are you hesitating? There is only one true answer.
Stormwind. I kind of know it. Every little nook and cranny of it. There isn't many places in there I don't know. And most of the characters I create are usually human. And for
Mhm.
those that may or may not know, always, almost always, we'll say 95% female character.
Yes, because he refuses to watch some dude's ass while he plays a game.
That's right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know me so well.
I know. We've only been married for a long time now. All right. Let's see. Where do you want to go from here? What do you think makes a good streamer?
Mm, that's a good question. Um, Somebody who can balance fun gameplay, um, and somehow be able to pull in your viewers to make it feel like they're part of the experience. Um, Not always easy to do, and I mean, it doesn't even have to be gameplay, right? Anything you decide you want to stream is just it has to have a sense of entertainment and a sense of community involvement. I think those are the key. It's easier, probably better to say it that, because that way there it applies to whatever it is you're streaming. Hot dub streams included.
Oh boy. Don't do any of those, okay?
You told me I wasn't allowed. I wanted to.
That's very true. I did say not allowed. All right. So those are good things. I think the viewer experience is the biggest thing, right? Everybody wants to be. 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 Everybody wants involved, and that's why people go to streams. So you have to make them feel
Yeah.
welcome.
Where I find the um, well, I'll wait. I'll let you ask your question.
What were you gonna say? This is a discussion.
I know, but you can ask your next question.
All right. What challenges do you specifically face as a streamer?
So, like, I knew the question was coming. So what I
Shocking.
was about to get into, um, there's a whole lot, right? Consistency is a big one. Um, very difficult sometimes to do, especially when you only stream once a week. Keeping the energy up. When you stream after a long day of work, um, I mean, if the VODs were there, you'd be able to look and watch me fall asleep every once in a while. And that's what happens when you play games like WoW or something where you're you're not really talking about anything. You're just focused on play. The next thing you know, you're snoring. Um, Balancing life and content, that's a big one, and not one I'm all that good with, which is why I only stream once a week. Um, Overall, it's work, but it's reward. If you can pull it off, uh, there's nothing better than having that good stream that you can walk away from and say, "Wow, that was awesome. There was great communication, great things going on." Um, that I think would be like the awesomeness.
Sorry, you cut out at the end. What did you say at the end?
I said that would be awesomeness.
Oh, awesomeness.
Me
The
and my
ness.
words.
And it didn't come out. All right. I like that. I think it's very hard to balance everything, especially when you work full time, have a family, dogs, friends, whatever. It gets to be a lot sometimes. All right. So my next question would be: do you prefer to stream on Twitch or YouTube, and why?
Very difficult. Um, they're two very different. They bring two very different things to the table. Um, Twitch by far for audience interaction. I don't think you can beat that. It has the channel points. It has all kinds of different bells and whistles that they throw in there to be able to keep your audience engaged. Um, yes, there are other ways of getting that to be able to do that with bots and stuff, but I mean, just on its own without a lot of setup, Twitch itself does have that. Um, YouTube gives you that bigger chance of discoverability. Um, it allows you to build a larger library of content because your stuff stays there for more than 2 weeks. You don't have to do anything; it's just there; it just stays. So it gives your viewers something to go back and look at whenever they want, consistently. Um, Ideally, you kind of want to do both, right? So if you are only streaming to Twitch, then you should be getting your VODs, downloading them, and sending them over to YouTube and having the content on YouTube, or at least some edited version of it so that your content is in both places. But ideally, streaming in both just allows that content just to flow there automatically. I need to. I need to.
Wait, what?
And I will.
You always like move away at the end.
Oh, I don't know what you heard. Didn't hear then.
We heard the I will, but I didn't. I missed the first part.
I just want to stream of both.
So multi-streaming to both. Now,
Yes.
with multi-streaming, are you thinking of doing vertical and horizontal streaming, especially to like YouTube, for that discoverability that you were talking about?
Yeah. I I'm not good at this stuff, so if I'm gonna do it, I would probably have to rely on somebody smart like my wife to help me get that set up.
I can help
I'm
you.
not opposed to it. It's a lot with YouTube because of the what you have to do to set up the stream, to have to do it in two different places within YouTube to make it happen, right? Because you have to run two separate two separate things.
Yeah, it would be
But
nice if they made it a little easier on YouTube.
ideally, yes, it would be good. Depends on your content though too, I feel. Um, so if I'm playing Hearthstone, vertical won't really show up that. I don't. I'd have to try to see like the width of the screen and whatnot of what I can get on there. But I feel like it would cut a lot of the stuff that um, people would want to see on my stream off the side gone.
So
I don't know.
with that said, I'm sorry to cut you off there. But that said, I've seen people take the same scene on or the same layer on Meld and then cut what you want to see from that layer and like superimpose them for like the vertical streams. So if you want like to show your gold per se, it could be there. If you want to show whatever your health is, like you can cut it like and have different layers for each one of the same thing.
That would actually work. Yeah.
Sorry. I just thought
Kind
I'd
of
throw that
squeeze
in.
it all in there, and
Yeah. You,
that's
you can
probably
be
doable. Yeah.
creative somehow.
Yeah.
All right. All right. My next question would be how do you deal with like nerves or like off days when you're not feeling 100% and you have to stream?
So I'll be straight up. I don't have nerves. um, I have off days though, absolutely. Um, and it's just one of those things. People are, for the most part, people are there for, um, the streamer. Ultimately, there's gonna be some people that are there for the actual game, but for the most part, people are there for the streamer. Um, so I just try to just be me at all times. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. If I'm in a crappy mood, well, it's what's gonna happen. It's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a crappy mood me. Um, but I always try to make it fun. So if I'm got something bad going on, I'll just turn it around and make fun of it or do whatever. Right? I'm very open about stuff. So
Do you find that streaming helps you on those bad days, like to change your mindset and make you forget what's going on a little bit?
that's the kind of thing where it really depends on what you're doing. Um, to really get out of your head for stuff, a first person shooter really helps with that way more than playing a game of cards. Um, so there's that. Um, but at the same time, once you start playing cards and you're into it and you're like, as long as you're winning, um, you sort of start building that rush up. Like, boom, I'm destroying this person. I'm destroying this person.
Very true. Playing with friends too versus playing alone, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does. Like when I play Hearthstone, when I play with you in duos, I have way more fun than when I'm playing by myself. Um, it's fun because we'll banter back and forth with each other in regards to our quality of gameplay, and it's just fun. Like I don't even care. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't care if we win. I obviously care if we win, but it's just more fun sharing with somebody. Yes.
Even when I make fun of you. All right. Does anybody have any questions about that? I see a lot of people in chat. Maybe they have questions for RogCom before we keep going. Silence.
The crickets.
Crickets. Crickets.
You're going to the soundboard, aren't you?
Nope. No. No. I choose not
I
to.
don't have my thing set up for that. I used to, but not anymore.
I think I do somewhere. All right. So, what is your favorite part of creating content? Like, is it the playing games? Is it the editing? Is it the designing overlays? Or is it just interacting with community?
So, absolutely detest editing. It's just like you stick toothpicks under my fingernails. Um, obviously, love playing the games. I am a designaholic for designing overlays, um, which I think we'll talk a little further in this interview. Um, and totally love the interaction with community. Absolutely. And to answer, I think Stuart's asking, did I like Mixer?
Yes.
Stu, Mixer was by far my all-time favorite. It maybe not have had all the bells and whistles that Twitch has today, but the way that it allowed you to stream together, interact together, it was amazing. And that was a big thing that I think when Mixer went away, I think that's where Fran and I probably stopped streaming together. Um, because on Mixer, you were streaming together. You weren't really stealing from Peter and giving to Paul. There was like no competition for the viewers, right? It was together. Now, Twitch is kind of doing that now, where it allows you to combine your communities when you're streaming. So I think maybe now it's just catching up to what Mixer had way back then. Haven't really got into that, and I am looking forward to maybe dabbling in that at some point. But that was like I think I truly feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, Fran. I think that's kind of where we stopped streaming together.
Well, it made it harder for us because we wanted to share both of our perspectives. And like on Mixer, you could share both gameplays, so that made it a lot easier.
Yeah.
After that is a little bit more difficult. We tried, and then we just grew to different games and stuff.
Right.
So,
Because on Mixer, if I'm not mistaken, both of our games were on the screen at the same time with our combined chat.
correct.
So Twitch is almost there, but not quite, because you can get both screens, combined chat, but the gameplay itself is not.
Correct.
So they're getting close, but they're still not quite there.
Eve, no thank you. He didn't even mention Eve today. When we asked
Eve
about
is,
games.
Eve is the devil. If I talk about it, I'll start playing it.
Let's not do that. Let's not talk about Eve. We do not want him to play. Terrible.
So I think the bottom line is, favorite part of creating content is just interacting with people. That's by far, I think it brings the most completion into like you're feeling how you feel. Like if I'm streaming and I have nobody watching, it's rough because it happens a lot for me. Versus the days where I'll get a raid or something, I had a whole bunch of people in my chat. It just uplifts you having those extra people there that are talking with you and asking you what you're doing, and versus me kind of rambling on and on and on about the same thing.
Fair. Stuart wants to know, what goal have you not achieved yet and you want to achieve in streaming?
So after almost 6 years of streaming, and again, I've taken breaks, I've reduced my streaming, so I've kind of shot my own goal in the foot. It obviously would have been to like become a partner, which would have meant I've had a big community and I was doing something, and that just hasn't happened. I don't let it get me down in any way, shape, or form, because I know if I want that, there's a lot more I need to do than what I'm doing today. So yeah, there's definitely some things, and as I mentioned earlier, the challenges, consistency is a big one. So the big goal is to have that community that would allow me to become partner. Let's be real, I got a full-time job. I cannot, you know, I just don't have that kind of bandwidth. That's the goal there at some point. Maybe after I'm retired, who knows? But for now, one day at a time, and keep doing what I'm doing until I find something that works, fits with me, and starts to attract people to come and watch.
Very true. So that being said, we've talked a lot about community so far. This isn't going to go for the 2 hours, by the way, folks. But speaking of community, what does community mean to you as a streamer?
Um, Kind of everything. Without community, streaming is just basically solo gaming. Um, with community, what you're doing becomes alive. Um, it's solo play with you talking to yourself, basically. Um, so yeah, it's community is everything. Like, really, is it really streaming if there's no community? It becomes a TV show that nobody watches.
Do you need to for it to be like a huge community, or is like just some interaction like good?
Any interaction is good, right? So don't want to be greedy and say, "Oh my god, I need 50 people in my stream." A couple people in the stream that are, you know, asking questions and talking regularly, and allows you to have um, ongoing discussions as you're streaming. That is ideally what I would love to have.
That's fair. It's always good to have that person to bounce back and forth from, even if it's just one person, right? Just to have
Yep.
that person to talk to. It helps a lot. All right. How do you want people to feel when they hang out with you online?
Um, First and foremost, definitely I want them to feel like they are welcome, like they belong. Um, and that's whether they talk or they just lurk, right? Um, if somebody just wants to lurk in the background, I'm good with that. I'm not the guy that's going to call somebody out for lurking. Uh, like you know, I've heard some of the interviews you and Misfit have been doing, and you know, hearing the stories of people that are like not happy with the people that are lurking. I'm fine. You want to go lurk, go lurk. That's, you know, at least you're there, and you're going to count as a viewer for me, which will potentially allow another viewer to find me who will interact. And if they lurk, well, then I have an extra body to help me, you know, be seen even more. So I just see it as a positive, and just I want everybody to be welcome.
You're a pretty nice guy to talk to. I'll vouch for you.
Oh,
Positive for sure. Yes, definitely. Have there been any moments where your viewers have surprised you?
um, I'm gonna say it's been a long time. Um, but when you have the random person, I'm not gonna name names because I don't wanna make anybody potentially feel bad for not doing anything they used to do in the past or whatever. But um, you know, just like when you're playing and somebody's there, then all of a sudden there's a gifted sub or something happens, or they subscribe. Like that always surprises me because who am I that you need to subscribe to? Like that's how I
You're cutting out, sir.
feel. So did you not catch any of that?
I caught some of it, most of it.
Okay. So that always surprises me when somebody subs or gifts a sub. Um, Raids always surprise the heck out of me. Oh, um, sometimes they're just, you know, the good conversation sometimes surprises me. I'm not like again, right? My streams are not necessarily full of people, so it's kind of fun and entertaining when there's actually somebody there and stuff's going on.
It's very true. I've seen when a big raid comes in when you were playing boats or something, and you get all flustered.
Yeah. That's it's tough when you get it rated, right? Because first of all, it's a whole bunch of people you don't know, and your goal is to try to get them engaged and have them stick around. And it's very, very difficult sometimes, for me, anyways, to flip that switch from there's nothing going on whatsoever to oh my god, there's 20 people that just came into my stream.
That's very true. That's when you have to like make sure you introduce yourself to everyone that comes in and
Right.
have that
And
moment.
and kudos to the people, and I feel like Monique does it, where she has a pre-recorded little message that she plays that introduces herself when she gets rated.
Yes.
Um, I always thought that was kind of neat, um, and that's probably not a bad idea when you're caught off guard like that. Here, let me play a video. Gives you a chance to get composed.
It's very true. Very true. Yes. World of Warships, aka boats. Yes. If you watch any of RogCom streams or if you even talk to him, he has different words for different things because he can hardly remember what it actually is called.
That's very true. I have the worst memory on the face of the planet, so I tend to invent words and names to help identify something. So World of Warships is a mouthful. You can't say WoW for World of Warships. A lot of people do, but when you play World of Warcraft, you can't. It just WoW is WoW, right? It's very confusing. So it's both.
Hmm. And if you ever watch him play Hearthstone, he's got different things.
Oh yeah, everything in Hearthstone has a special name created by myself. Absolutely.
Yes. They are very good commentators together. They should create a podcast together. You and RogCom or Reticle. It'd be fun. Because you guys are really good together.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a long time.
No. All right. If someone wanted to start streaming tomorrow, what advice would you give them?
Um, Focus on having fun, because if you're not having fun, nothing else matters, right? Um, so you start off by having fun, and then try to connect with people. You know what I mean? Like, don't stress out about the numbers or anything. Just there, have a good time, and if you're lucky enough to have somebody come into um, your stream, engage with them, and have a good time that way. Further to that, don't get too caught up in um, the material parts of streaming. You don't need the best of everything to stream. Start off with whatever you can, whatever you have available. Um, Miss Fran and I tend to not follow that advice. Um,
It's very true.
yeah, but we're also techaholics, so we like tech a lot. Um, so mix that with streaming, and you have quite the streaming setup. Absolutely. It's a good thing I don't smoke or drink because I could spend my money on.
Very true. Misfits' advice is to stream without pants.
Uh, I mean, I've played Hearthstone without pants,
Yes. Yes, he has.
and you may have got shocked when I stood up to when we won.
Yep. Yep. Maybe just a little. I'm like, what is happening right now? Where did your pants go? Silly man.
They were just
Love podcasting. It's fun. I'm looking forward to
actually.
Thursday.
We can further talk about that reticle, um, and maybe we'll get to that.
I have lost my pants playing poker. Interesting.
All right, that is very interesting.
What kind of poker are you playing, Stu? Kind of poker are you? Never mind. We're not going to go there. All right. All right. I've lost my pants just walking. Everybody has a pants story, I suppose. Don't ask about that when you interview me. Oh, well, I just made a note. Ask Stu how he lost his pants playing poker. Tearaway pants. That brings back memories. All right. So, the reason we're all here RogCom wanted to introduce something that he's been working on for a while, but he didn't send it to me. So you guys are gonna have to go to stream tomorrow to see it all. So it's a surprise, but at the same time, can you tell us a little bit about what you've been working on, RogCom?
Yeah, and so you'll get a very small taste of it if you look at my new logo, which I believe shows up in your chat if I say something in chat.
I don't know.
Um,
No,
I guess not, eh?
no, no.
Well, that's a shame. It's in Discord.
Is it?
So for those that may have seen it or not seen it,
I can't look at that now.
I am rebranding. So getting away from RogCom gaming ish to the RogCom Tavern.
RogCom what?
It's all about the RogCom Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about creating that cozy, welcoming tavern feel where people gather. So all of my everything I have is basically being rebranded to give that feel of being in that. You can call it a Hearthstone tavern. You can call it a World of Warcraft tavern. Um, but it's that tavern feel. And that's what I'm shooting for. And I got some pretty funny stuff. At least I find
That's all that matters.
That is going to be kind of very, very entertaining. But it all comes down to it's almost like a medieval Cheers, the show Cheers, where everybody comes in, hey, Norm. It's kind of like that feeling I want to bring to streaming. I want people to come in to hang out in the RogCom Tavern.
Kind of like the card shop. Yeah. Just somewhere where people can gather and talk and have fun.
Right. It's exactly like that. So definitely there's gonna be a lot of different facets to this new branding, which is going to be released in pieces because there's a lot to do. But I didn't want to delay too much, so I wanted to start, and it'll start with some gameplay and whatnot. But it's going to evolve into a few different things.
You have a feeling, Misfit? Are you sure about that? I thought Smitty broke that before.
No, it's probably because he took his pants off.
Oh God. Oh no.
That feeling from a leather chair.
Oh, nailed it, Raj. Oh, that's terrible. You people are terrible. Supposed to be serious. All right. All right. So we didn't touch on this part. It did escalate very quickly. That is not the best feeling. Gross.
That's a very sticky feeling.
Yeah. Who's calling you Shirley? What is happening? What is happening right now?
That's an old joke.
Oh.
For us old folks, I get it. I get it, Stu. Pretty funny.
What? I'm not that old. RogCom got it. I didn't.
That's right, the
airplane movie. Oh.
So the line is, surely you can't blah, blah, blah. And the guy's all, stop calling me Shirley.
Mm. I see.
It's actually pretty fun.
That sounds funny. All right. You didn't talk about this in your first introduction about it, but I heard there's a part of this that's going to be tavern talk. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So Tavern Talk is going to be my podcast where I want to sit down with creators and community members and share stories, gaming, and real conversation.
So you want to take over? Just kidding.
So not interviewing like you and Misfit are doing. This is more of a hangout in the bar, hangout in the tavern, and just chit chat. And I have a lot of great ideas for guests and stuff for it. It's not just going to be community. I'm going to be reaching outside of that, and hopefully I can pull that off. But it's definitely something I want to do, and I want to start that fairly soon. But it will be called Tavern Talk, um, and it's going to be part of my Tuesday streams, probably the first part of it, and then after that, going into a few other ideas I have coming up. Um, and one of those other ideas is I am developing my own little mini card game for the tavern. It's going to be very tavern oriented, but it's going to be a combination of um, sort of like a D&D campaign, but it's a card game. It's kind of a combination of the two. And I'm working on what that's going to look like. And I think that it's going to be kind of fun. I think it's just a lot of work. So that's going to be probably a month away at least. But Tavern Talk will be coming in.
Cool. Very nice. Do you know? I know you kind of touched on it, but do you know what kind of topics, or I know you just talked about guests and stuff, but that people can expect from it?
Yeah. So I definitely want to do the other gamers, other streamers, but it's gonna be very focused or trying to focus more on um, taverny type of conversations, like taverny type of games, because it's got my audience has to be able to connect with it, right? So it's definitely going to be niche. Um, Whereas I've never done really niche before. So I want people to, hey, he's going to be interviewing so and so that plays Hearthstone or plays WoW or is involved with it somehow, where there's going to be interest for them, right? That's the entertaining part. The community part is them being able to interact with my guests on something that they're very interested in. So that's kind of how I'm going to work it. Um,
When are Tavern Talks gonna start?
Definitely not tomorrow, but I'm hoping next Tuesday. Um, I'd like to try to get one going. And my episodes at first are probably going to be much shorter because of lack of content because I have to build a lot of content and I have to make a lot of connections um, to be able to try to get the guests that I want. Um, and I want to have different segments available where, for example, Miss Fran, I might get you to jump on in and do a little part with me
Oh boy.
to talk about maybe your experience with Hearthstone and how I, as you like to call it, refer to it as how I shit the bed when we play together.
I use that expression a lot.
You sure do.
I got it from you,
That's fair. That's
just like the card names.
yes. The card, the card names. That's a whole. I feel like I can do a whole section of Tavern Talk just on card. I feel like
Yep. What do I call this card? That's the blue guy. Oh, that's Spider Man. No, it's not even look. It doesn't even look like Spider Man.
well, if you got my bad eyesight, that card that is actually a demon looks like freaking Spider.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. And that's I'll point that out. I'll get the list of cards and maybe go through some of those every podcast to talk about.
Oh, cool. All right. Now, where do you see yourself and the RogCom Tavern in a year from now?
I really want, and this is again, I have to get dual streaming going so that the podcast shows up on YouTube, in the YouTube podcast section. Um, I would love to have a year from now be recognized for the place to go for anything related to WoW or Hearthstone. That's a huge ask because I know there's some like huge WoW streamers and stuff, but I'm not really doing that in that sense, right? It's not about the gameplay as more as the interaction with people. Um, so basically, what I would love people to do a year from now is Tuesday's coming around, 7 o'clock Eastern time is coming around, and they're like, "Oh crap, I gotta go, I gotta go check out Tavern Talk. It's about to air." That's what I would love to have. So I'm hopeful that I can pull something off.
Correct. He doesn't want to be the meta. He just wants to have conversations about it.
Oh, I definitely not the meta. Definitely not. My slogan is simple. I'm not a great player, um, but I'm great fun or something along. So I have this new tagline
Braid
that's coming.
talks. There you go. What? That escalated. Misfit, that escalated. But he thinks your idea is very cool. So I can't wait to see it tomorrow and where it grows to become. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I like I said, I've been having a blast getting this ready. Um, working off my phone, translating it over to the computer, just moving all my things together that I'm creating. Um,
Sending it to me to check it out.
yeah, I've probably been annoying you quite a bit with that, but it's been fun, and I really hope it brings joy and welcomes people to my stream moving forward. Yes, Misfit, I have put
A lot of
how many
hours.
months. It's been months I've been working on this all summer.
Very true. Very true. All right. Let's do like a fun interactive like little game of like quick fire questions. You ready? You up for that?
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Yeah. That's the hard part, right? I have a ton of great ideas and plans, and then I get too scared to like pull the trigger. But that's me. I'm glad he's doing it, and I can't wait to see what he does. All right, RogCom, coffee or tea?
Diet Pepsi.
That wasn't the question.
Well, the other things are just dirty water.
Dirty water. All right, your favorite Hearthstone card? Do you know the name of it, or is it going to be a
Nope.
made-up name?
Right now, it's a combination of two cards. We've got the pea shooter
Spider-Man, the pea shooter.
and then demon growing guy. That combination of cards. What their actual names are, don't ask me, but pea shooter and demon growing guy.
He likes to play demons because it's the only one he can somewhat grow.
It's got good growth in it and good attack. I love it. It's a good combo.
Horde or Alliance?
Alliance all the way. I just I've played Horde. I've given him a chance. Other than Blood Elves, I think Horde characters in general just all look like crap. I don't like their look. I don't like the worlds that they live in. Blood Elves I can tolerate just because they're elves. But I don't like their starting area either. So yeah, Alliance all the way.
Me too.
And
Alliance
human,
all the way.
preferably human.
Favorite comfort food? Silver Moon is gross.
It's chocolate.
Wait,
I'll say Cadbury eggs.
are you for real? Your comfort food? What is your favorite dinner?
Spaghetti.
Is that not your comfort food?
No, that's my fill up my belly and complain that I'm full of food.
Okay.
There's no comfort there whatsoever. It's my uncomfort food.
Fair.
Chocolate eggs. I could. Oh my god, I'm addicted.
RogCom is the guy who will grab a big plate of spaghetti. Well, it used to be. Big plate of spaghetti, like heaping, overflowing plate of spaghetti, and then say, I'm hungry. I am going to get a little bit more. And come back with another heaping plate of spaghetti. And then proceed to sit there and complain all night, going, oh, I'm so full. I can't move.
That's fair.
All the time. Barbecue chips and dill pickle dip. He doesn't like the dill pickle dip anymore. Yeah, and then he'll pass out. Correct.
Yeah. So to be fair on that dill pickle dip, I think I had a bad batch one time. It just didn't taste right, and that left a really bad taste in my mouth and kind of turned me away from it. And so the onion dip has just slid in there and took over.
Yeah, barbecue chips and onion dip. That's his go-to now. The dill dip is better now. I had the same issue.
Oh, good to know. I may have to try that again then.
Fun times. What's your go-to Twitch emote? That one. Are you changing those emotes?
I need to. I have to figure out how I want them to work with my new logo and stuff. And I'll probably lean on your expertise since you're the one that created mine for me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, once, yeah, I definitely need to change them. I need to get away from that. But I still want the same, like the hype and the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a few different ones.
All right. You let me know.
Conceptualize.
You let me know. If your stream was a drink in the tavern, what would it be?
Hmm. Something strong, definitely fun, unpredictable because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. So like a spiced mead with a twist.
You don't even drink.
I know, but I couldn't say Diet Pepsi again.
Couldn't say Diet Pepsi. Could have went for Diet Coke with a twist.
There is no tavern drink equivalent to Diet Pepsi. You go into the tavern and you order a Diet Pepsi. First of all, they're not going to know what you're talking about, and then they're going to beat you down for being stupid.
Oh, I see. They're mean. Tavern drink can't be Pepsi float. Can't be a Pepsi float. No. All right. Do you have any final words for the viewers tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank for everybody who showed up. I don't know what the viewer count actually ended up being today, but it seemed like there was quite a few people. So that's awesome, and thank you. Um, everybody in chat, you guys help build friends community, and some of you guys partake in mine once in a while, so that's great. I know it's difficult because a lot of us from the Whirlwind Gaming Academy kind of stream at the same time. It is what it is. That's great that we have a bunch of people streaming. But yeah, it's just nice to have everybody come together, and I can't wait to see what comes up, what happens next, all together, community.
For sure. I love seeing people like succeed and like grow and stuff. So I like the Whirlwind Gaming Academy Discord and stuff. I love the people in there. So
yeah, I sometimes it's all you got sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you need somebody to talk to. You can always reach out to the Discord. Somebody can answer you. So it's always I enjoy it, and I'm pumped with what's going to happen. I'm going to do my best to incorporate everything together with Whirlwind. It is very different than what Whirlwind um, branding is. Everybody that partakes as part of Whirlwind, everybody has their own community. They all have their own individuality. But it's great that we all come together in Whirlwind, because Whirlwind is not just, one person. It was created for all of us, and looking forward to just building on that.
Correct.
Any success that I end up bringing to the tavern follows into Whirlwind, is how things work.
Very true. Does anybody have any questions for RogCom? RogCom, I mean, I can't. RogCom. Everybody else calls you RogCom.
Everybody calls me Rog.
No questions. Silence. Crickets.
There might be a delay.
It's fair. I rest my case. Reticle. I'm not a judge.
So Reticle, to get back to the podcast thingy, Tuesdays at 7, if you're interested, if you're want to talk about it and see what you could, if you want to partake, if there's part of it that you can, a piece of it that you want to do or something, we can discuss that. I'm not going to be ready until next Tuesday before I do my first one. So anything after that, if you think something that you can bring to it, then we can definitely chat about it.
Cool. That'd be cool to see you guys doing that together. I like it. So, well, thank you everyone for hanging out tonight. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, RogCom, for joining me on my stream and allowing me to do this and help you show off like your new plan going forward.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Awesome. And Stu, I haven't forgotten Reticle. If you want to be part of it as well, let me know. And we'll figure out some times for everyone. But thank you everyone for hanging out. And I hope you guys have a great night. We are going to end stream here tonight. And I'll be back on Wednesday to play probably some Fortnite. So
let me shut my camera off and then people can see my logo.
Oh boy. Here we go.
I'll try not to screw this up. I believe it's going to show my
it's very small. Yeah, it's very small. But there's his logo. For anybody who wants to see it, just squint your eyes. You can see it. It's very small, but you can see it. But if you really want to do it, oh, that's good. I'm glad you guys can see it. But if you guys really want to see everything that he's been working on for months, please go see his stream tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, RogCom. It's really easy. You have a lot of things you could say to all that. All right, well, message me and let me know. But on that note, that's it for me. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you, everyone, for being here. You guys made this a lot of fun. So you guys have a great night.